Hey guys, so I wanted to talk a little bit about something that's been coming up. I just watched a video on YouTube by one of my YouTubers I follow, um, and it has to do with health, and it's this whole body positivity movement. Now, before I say anything, I want to come out right now and let everybody know that I do not judge people based on where they're at as far as their body conditioning, whatever health problems you have. There are a lot of factors that go into how your body looks. And, genetics has something to do with it. Sometimes people just have hormone problems. There's diabetes can cause a lot of issues as far as getting results when you're trying to get healthy, when you're trying to lose weight and look a certain way that you feel comfortable with. I don't want to tell somebody who is maybe considered a large person that they're not good enough, or that if you're ever gonna be attractive, you have to lose weight. Okay, that I don't believe that, because I think there's a lot more to being attractive than just being fit. But I think it has a lot to do with how you feel. It also has a lot to do with your mood, and your personality. Me as a man, I can speak as a man because I'm a man. Physical attractiveness does have a lot to do with it, and it has to do with my personal preferences, or whoever's personal preferences that is looking at you. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? When you form a personal relationship with someone, rather than just meeting them for the first time and your first impressions, there's a big difference between how you feel about somebody when you first meet them and how you feel about somebody after you've gotten to know them. And that's outside of the realm of physical. Okay, first impressions, yeah, that's nice, to have that. If you're fit and you have a very physically attractive body, that first impression is going to be probably pretty good, unless you're an absolute jerk, right? Which some people who are physically attractive, they have that problem. They're very arrogant, and they know that they're attractive, and people tell them all the time that they're attractive, and just the way people treat them is much different. But okay, so having said all that, if you're overweight, if you're considered overweight, that is not healthy, and it causes a lot of problems, and there's no way to get around that. You can't justify being overweight, and if you're overweight because it's something you did, you know, okay, you know why you're overweight. Now, having said that, some people don't. Some people, it's not because of what they're eating. Some people, it's not because they're low activity or they don't take care of themselves. It's a health problem. Okay, and that should not alter your perception of someone. I know that's really challenging to do sometimes, because in a society that's very over sexualized, and that we've been trained to be attracted to a certain size of person, and if you don't fit in that mold, it's challenging for our society to get past that. And, that's just the reality. I don't like that. And I think we should work to try to get past that to a certain point. If you're morbidly obese, that is, I mean, a lot of doctors will say that's a death sentence. Just to give you some perspective there. And many people who are morbidly obese don't just have physical problems; they have emotional problems, and what you put in your body, it really matters, and your hormones really matter. If you have a hormone problem, you need to get it fixed. You need to do your best to get better. I have friends who have hormone issues, and they're overweight because they have hormone issues. But guess what? They're trying the best that they can to try to find solutions to their problems. And they know that it's not good. They know it's not healthy. Now, am I going to go to them and tell, well, you're overweight, you better lose? I'm not going to bash them because of that. I know that they're doing their best, and I'm going to help however I can. The fact of the matter is, I'm not a doctor. And even a lot of doctors, these people are going to doctors, and the doctors are having trouble helping them. So, this is a real issue. Let's not make this about body positivity and saying that we just need to accept people. It's just like if you have a mentally ill person, you don't play into their fantasy. That's not healthy. You don't play into the problem, because then you're supporting something that's wrong. Okay? We don't want to go that far. You want to accept people for who they are. You don't want to treat anybody differently because of how they look. If you're looking to date a person, I think there are many factors that you're going to be a lot more, for a lack of a better word, judgmental about. But it's not really being judgmental. It's about, can you live with this person? What are their life habits? Are they going to be happy with you? Or are you going to be happy with them? And I just think there's a lot more to this than just people hating on people who are big. It's not that cut and dry. And as a health coach, my job is to help you to get where you want to go. Everybody's goals are going to be different. Everybody's going to have different levels of challenge getting to where they want to go. And I want to make you the best you can be. I've had some friends that I was counseling, I guess, as far as health is concerned. As I was going through my journey, I was sharing with them what they learned, what I was learning, and it really helped them. But they got to a certain point and they stopped because they were where they were at. They wanted to be where they were at. They didn't want to lose any more weight. They felt like if they lost any more weight, they'd be too thin, that they wouldn't be happy with themselves. And that's fine. That's what they wanted to do. But I just wanted to touch on that and share that, just because I'm a health coach doesn't mean that, if you're big, that it's not okay. Okay. That everybody's at a different place in their lives. You may have some damage to your body that may take some years to overcome. Health issues like diabetes and hormone thyroid problems, those aren't easy things to get past. And it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And for those of you who have overcome those things, wow, you got my respect. Because that is something that takes a lot of dedication to get past. And thankfully, I haven't had, as far as I know, I haven't had any of those issues. And I was able to get where I'm at, relatively easily compared to somebody who might start with some health issues. Having said that, if you do have some health issues and you want some help being a little more dedicated and sticking to a plan, that's what people like me are here for. And we're not here to judge you. We're not here to tell you that you're not good enough. We're here to encourage you and to push you forward. And sometimes encouragement means telling the truth. My pastor this last weekend at church, he was talking about encouragement a lot. And it ties into correction and rebuke. Now, you don't have to be rude to do those things. You don't have to be a jerk to correct or rebuke or encourage people. There's a tone you set. If you really care about somebody, you do those things in love, and they should feel that love. If you're just yelling at them, well, you just shouldn't do that. Just don't eat donuts. That's not love, and that's you acting like you're superior to someone. That's never what we want to do. Okay, I'm not superior to anybody. I've been able to do what I've done with my body because I was put in a certain place, and that's just something that I've been gifted to do. From where I was at to where I am now, there were very few obstacles between there. Now, in my life, there were a lot of obstacles, but physically, there were not a lot of obstacles. So, I had my own challenges to overcome, and everybody else has theirs. And physical challenges are very hard to overcome. If you have health problems, physical health problems that are keeping you from losing weight, it's very difficult. And I don't want to diminish that challenge. Now, if you're looking to date somebody that has those problems, you need to know what you're getting into. And I think probably those people would want the same thing. They want you to know, hey, I have thyroid problems. Hey, I struggle with diabetes. And guess what? I have medical bills and I have to take prescriptions. And if you like me and you want to date, you need to know that. You know, I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I think if you're in love with somebody or are interested in someone that has those kind of issues, and that's something that you're okay with, go for it. Those people need love too, and maybe more than a lot of other people do. And they need that encouragement, because the only other place you can go really are health coaches or health professionals like me or like doctors who really just care about people, that just want to help. That's what they've dedicated their lives to do, is help people. And that's great, but it's good to have people who care about you and support you in your personal life, in your close circle, who are your friends or love interests or family. You need that support. You need that support group. You don't just need professionals. And if you have a beautiful body and you're doing the work and dedication to maintain it or even to improve it, amazing. I want to join you there. That's what I want to do too. I want to get to that place where I'm gifted in that. And what I want to be is a shining beacon of what people can be, of the progress you can make, of the peak of human excellence, is where I'm shooting for. How long is it gonna take me? I don't know. And it's gonna take some people longer than others. And so I'm gonna have to face my challenges as well as you guys are gonna have to face your challenges. And I don't want to make this about thin and large, or it's not that kind of a competition, guys. It's how you feel. Are you wanting to save medical bills by not having to go to the doctor? And yeah, the transformation is part of it too, because if you're doing things right, you should lose weight, or at very least you should start undoing some of the damage. And if you keep it up, you will lose weight. Like there's if you're healthy and your body's functioning the way it should, you're not going to be large. You're not going to store fat. That's not naturally the way the human body works. Okay, you're going to have some fat, a healthy amount of fat, but having like pudges over your jeans and stuff and like everything just overflowing, that's not natural. Okay, that's not because of you just got bad genetics or that's the way you were born. That's not a thing. There are reasons for the way people are the way they are. Now, whether that's in their control or not, sometimes it's not in their control. And that's what faith is for. We believe God can heal us. It says in the Bible, and I'll get a little spiritual here now. It says that when we're born again, that we become a new creature. We are a new creation in Christ Jesus. Now, to me, that speaks to me about DNA, that it changes your genetics. That when you become a redeemed person, your existence as a human starts to change, and you get rid of that, what would have been the curse that Adam brought upon the world. You start adjusting and changing from that back into the original design of what God created you to be. So that's where we're shooting for. So don't let genetics discourage you. Don't let your health problems discourage you. You can have a beautiful body. You can feel comfortable in your own skin. But don't let society make you complacent. Don't let them say, well, you're just fine the way you are. You don't need to do anything with yourself. You're just fine. No, if you want a certain level of fitness, go for it. You take it. Okay? And you don't stop until you get where you want to go. Now, does that mean that people should be rude to you in the meantime? No. You know, we need to respect each other no matter where we are in the journey. But if you have a desire to be thin, if you have a desire to be fit and muscular, and have that nice muscle tone, you go for it. And you don't let anybody stop you. And I'm just here to encourage you and to lift you up and tell you that there are people out there sending mixed messages and telling you that you just need to be proud, you know, where you're at. Guys, we're all messed up, and we all have challenges to overcome. And stagnation is the definition of regression in my book. If you're stagnant, you're regressing. So we should always be shooting for that next level. No matter if you're way down here or if you're way up here, you need to always be moving forward. Always. And we can do that together. Even if we're at different levels in fitness, we can do it together. And we don't have to be hard on each other and judge each other to do that. And we also don't need to rag on somebody who's a little higher than us because we're not as gifted as they are. Okay? Shoot for the level. Because some people get stagnant at different levels. Maybe I'll get to a certain point and I'll stop, and you guys will catch up with me. You know, I'll hit a wall, and I'll be stagnant for a while, and everybody else will be making progress, right? And that's okay. That's all right. That's great. But I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to keep moving forward no matter what. I'm going to get past those walls, and I'm going to do some, you know, when you have a problem, you find a solution. So if you're having a problem losing weight and you've never gotten to the place where you want to be, don't give up. Don't give up. And I'm not shaming you to say that, you know, you're not good enough. I'm telling you that if you have a desire to be in a better place than where you're at now, you should do it. And I guess that's all I got to say. I hope that's not too controversial. It is really not meant to beat anybody down. It is simply to encourage you and put a little truth down and squash this movement that is, I think, very confused, and it's way oversimplified. And I want to give a little depth to that conversation. So if you have anything else to say about it, let me know. I'm totally cool with having conversations about this kind of stuff. If you think I missed something, or if you know that you think there's something to add, maybe I said something that you didn't quite understand that sounds offensive, you know, that's okay. We can have that conversation. I promise you, this is all goodwill and good intentioned. It's not meant to guilt anybody. It is only meant to uplift you and push you forward, because that's what health coaches do, right? All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good Tuesday.